was a downright garbage NFL Sunday yesterday in Week 8 of the NFL season. Which result surprised you the most?
The biggest surprise, honestly, was Miami playing as well as they did.
It was.
But you got to give the Jets a lot of credit. The Jets were down 15 points. They were down 31-16. The offense actually looked not just like good, okay. It looked really good in that second half, and especially in that fourth quarter. They were going right down the field. Yeah. They were able to score. They were getting creative with play calls. Justin Fields played well. And you got to feel for Justin Fields. Listen, I don't think Justin Fields is any good. I really don't. I don't think he has any sort of future as a starter. I think he'd be a good, viable backup. But how he handled that post-game interview, especially with what Woody Johnson, the Jets owner, said about Fields publicly.
He was crying, dude.
He said, he went post-game and he said, yeah. He's like, you know what? I was crying in my closet just praying. He did say that. He said he was getting vulnerable. That's the type of leader that the Jets are going to respect. That's honestly a big thing that the Jets need because it gets a little bit of the spotlight away from Glenn. Give a lot of credit to the Jets. You know, they stink, but that was the type of win that really helps them out.
And you can maybe think this is overrated, but I know it was his first win. Maybe they do this with all the coaches, but like it seems like they really like Glenn. It seems genuine. Like that picture at the end of the game with them lifting him up in the locker room. It seems like he is really trying to get the best out of this group. It just hasn't really went their way. I was happy to actually see them get a win. I thought they saved the 1 o'clock slate. It was a horrible slate.
A horrible day.
It was a horrible 1 o'clock slate.
It didn't save the slate. It was the only thing good about the slate.
There you go.
You know,
but at this, I say save the slate because it was the only thing good. So I think we're splitting hairs on that. But at the same time, I feel for anyone who had the Bengals in Survivor. It's a brutal way to lose. I know our Christian had the Falcons. We were able to switch to the Patriots on Saturday, so
I had the Eagles. Yeah,
you had the Eagles. By the way, miserable officiating in that game. Some of the worst
I don't think it killed the game, but it was amazing. A massive call on that. Let me tell you one thing, too.
Wow.
That tush push is not coming back. There is no way with all this stuff that it's coming back.
I maybe have complained about officiating on these airwaves in my 3 years at ESPN West Palm 2 or 3 times, and this will be the 3rd or 4th time. I couldn't believe my eyes. I had absolutely no money on that game. I had no invested interest in that game. But anybody could take a look at 4 calls in the Giants-Eagles game that turned a competitive game into a blowout Eagles win.
I lost interest. To Christian's point, I lost interest.
I mean, they called back a touchdown on an OPI where they were hand fighting. They had that awful tush-push play where they actually were able to secure a fumble of Jalen Hurts, and they called it dead on forward momentum. And it was one of the most bizarre play call dead early plays you've ever seen in your entire life.
I am so happy that Giants head coach Brian Daboll, he was told by the officials, and the officials went up and told America and told the stadium on the mic, we have told the New York Giants that forward progress is not reviewable. So what did Brian Daboll do? He threw the red flag anyway. He didn't care. He said, no, you're going to have to take a look and watch how bad of a call that you made because the whistle wasn't blown until the ball was 6 feet away from Jalen Hurts in the offensive backfield.
After about the 3rd one, my cousin Mike, Uncle Mark, they look at me, they go, we're done with that game because we were multi-screen. We had red zone and that was the big game. I wanted to watch a lot of that game. I turned it off. I was done. I was disgusted with it.
And you pair the officiating with the sadness of Cam Scadaboo getting hurt on the following possession of the tush-push fumble that wasn't called a fumble. Oh, it was sad.
Yeah. Now, the Giant defense could not get a stop for the life of them. They couldn't get a stop. They could not stop. Without A.J. Brown, the rushing attack absolutely shredded that Giant defense.
Who knew all Saquon Barkley needed to do was to terrorize the Giants to get back on track? Another game I was really disappointed in was Ravens and Bears. That was an unwatchable product. With all due respect to Tyler Huntley, I give him a lot of credit for being able to, pull a cat out of his hat.
It was a classic Bear game where they came out.
Correct.
The first drive of the game was excellent, and then the rest of the game they couldn't do anything until that second half. I don't know if you saw the end of that game, but they had that DeAndre Hopkins first down conversion on 3rd with about 2 minutes 40 seconds to go. It basically ended the game, and what ended up happening is they ended up scoring and making it a 2-possession game. It was a 7-point game. DeAndre Hopkins had this blatant offensive pass interference. Face mask, everything, to even the point where I believe it was, I want to say, Sterator, whoever the guy was on the broadcast saying that was the plate. He face masked, that could have been a call, and then he also OPI'd. It changed the game for the Bears. Now, should the Bears have won that game? No. Did it keep the Ravens alive? Yes.
Yeah.
And I think the Ravens are probably the biggest winners of this whole week because the Bengals lost and the Steelers lost.
Yeah.
But I think there's a path for them, and they have the Dolphins on Thursday.
Once again, the favorites to win the division.
And I wouldn't deny it. You should take a look at their next 4 games. Tell me they won't go 4-0.
I think the 4 o'clock slate was one of the worst slates I've watched in
That
5
was
years.
That was the
5
first.
years.
That was the first slate all year. I turned off.
And
That was
then
the
hang
first
on.
slate all year. I turned off.
Boys, quickly on this because the Buccaneers, dude, the Bucs that offense is broken. They're lucky they played the Saints.
They're beaten up. They're beaten up.
Dude, Baker, and granted, maybe this is my fantasy anger coming into here. Dude, Baker threw for 150 yards and he won by 20 points. That's how bad New Orleans played in that game. They played bad. Spencer Rattler is awful. And then how about Shook coming in there and his first pass is a completion, but Butterfingers, it's going the other way. That team is a nightmare. But Kellen, I almost said poor Kellen Moore, but I mean, it's year 1. We'll give him a chance. It's year 1.
That team is. He's okay. That's okay.
Wow.
That's not his.
That
He
was bad.
doesn't have a quarterback. That's not his.
Cowboys should be ashamed of themselves. The Titans are the worst team in the NFL.
Good win for Denver.
Titans-
Good win for Denver. Denver needed that. They needed the 4-quarter game.
Would you agree with me though? And then I'm moving on to the Colt game.
We'll get into all these games.
I think the Titans that's the worst team in the NFL.
Well,
right now.
here's the
It's
thing.
a
You know what's
bar none
funny?
the worst
We just
team
went
in
through
the
about
NFL.
4 teams where you just went, this is one of the worst teams in the league. That's what the steam of the NFL is. There are a lot of terrible teams. Terrible. The Raiders are terrible. Titans are
They're
terrible.
not even trying to hide it either.
Right. The
They're
Saints
not even
are
trying
terrible.
to hide it.
The Jets are awful. The Dolphins are awful. There are a lot of really, really, really
Don't forget about the clowns.
bad teams. What do we got next?
Who are the clowns?
Number 3.
The team that should be playing the 3rd string quarterback at this point
maybe
this
you
season.
move on from Gabriel. I agree with that.
God, man. You guys see how awful he was in that game? Anyway.
Oh, yeah, I saw he had
was
the
terrible.
safety on the intentional
Safety.
grounding.
I mean, he threw it. Jackpot! My favorite interception in the league is jackpot, dead or alive. Just threw it into quadruple coverage. And then Stefanski has the gall to go, yeah, we're going to start Dylan coming out of the bye. Go to hell. I can't wait to clean house. Barry, that's Stefanski. Get him out.
Really good football game from Saturday's action took place in Norman, Oklahoma, where Lane Kiffin got his biggest road win of his collegiate career. With a win over the Sooners, here is Lane Kiffin speaking with the TV broad